Oh, that's the phone. Hello? How are you, Joe? Good. Hilary Hahn. Of course I'd like to meet her. Now? Okay, well, as soon as I get my shoes on. Yeah. Well, I was reading a story in the bed. All right, well, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye. That was Joe Negri. He has a friend at his music shop, Hilary Hahn, who is a wonderful violinist. So can go there and meet her. Oh, I look forward to that. You see how quickly you get dressed when you want to go somewhere? Let's just go to Negri's music shop and meet the violinist Hilary Hahn. Come along.
Oh,
hi, Joe.
You're here?
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad you made it soon.
Oh, I want to meet her.
She's a wonderful girl and a wonderful violinist. Come on, I'll introduce you.
I can hear her playing now.
Bravo.
Oh, hello.
Hilary, I'd like you to meet Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers.
Hi.
Glad to know
Nice
you.
to meet
Hilary
you.
Hahn.
Thanks for
you.
coming in.
I'd like you to know our television neighbor, Hilary
Hi.
Hahn. I want so much to hear you play.
Well, I'm going to leave you two alone. I have some
Okay.
business to take care of, and I'll drop back in later.
Good.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you, Joe.
See you.
Here you are, a violinist and a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are. You started to play, though, when you were a very little girl, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
started to play when I was almost 4 years old. It
4.
was about 3 weeks before I turned 4.
Well, you didn't have as big a violin then, did
No, if I tried to play this then, my arm would have been way out
you?
here.
Yeah.
So if you start playing when you're 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, you don't start on a violin this big.
Mm-hmm.
You start on one that's about this big.
This big?
Yeah, and everything
Can
is
you pick
smaller,
it up to your
so
arm?
it's like a miniature version of this.
Uh-huh.
And actually, the first thing that I learned was how to bow.
How to bow?
Yeah, when
How
you
to-
go out on stage,
Uh-huh.
when people are clapping, and
Yeah.
you walk out on stage, and then you bow to the audience like this.
You
That's
hold
the
your
very
violin
first
like
thing.
that, is that it? And then
Yeah,
you just bow
I hold
like
it like this. Some people hold it like this
Uh-huh.
when they bow, but it depends. Whatever I feel like, I just hold it and I
And
bow.
that's the first thing you learned to do,
Yeah.
was to bow. And then what did you learn?
Well, then I learned, let me just put this down. Then I learned how to hold the violin under my chin like this. So I stood up while a tape played,
Uh-huh.
and I listened to that, and I just stood there like this,
Without using your hands at all?
without using my hands. I can even make it go up and down by now. But then I learned how to put my fingers in the right places and how to pull the bow across the strings, because the bow is what makes the sound.
And so did you learn a little piece to begin with? What was one of the first things that you
Oh.
learned to play?
I guess I learned Twinkle Twinkle.
Oh, I'd like to
Yeah.
hear that. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's a nice piece. That was the first piece I learned.
And then after you learned a lot of things, I mean, you had to practice a lot. Then
And you have to practice a lot of hours.
a lot of hours,
Yeah.
sure. But I bet you liked it.
Yeah, I
Thank
love
you.
to play, so it's nice to be able to practice and improve and then perform for people, because performing is really fun. My first teacher told me that performing is like giving a gift to the audience. So the audience is sitting there in the hall, and you've invited them in like to a party.
Mhm.
They applaud when you come out, and you bow to them, and you give them the gift of your music, and then in the end they thank you with their applause.
Well, would
So
you
it's
give
really
us
fun.
a gift
Oh, sure.
of your music?
Well, what would you like to hear?
I like the composer Bach a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you play some of Bach's music, don't
I sure
you?
do.
Would you now?
Sure. I'll play something that he wrote. It's a part of one of his pieces, and it's kind of fast.
Okay. And so I applaud. Thank you for that. Oh my, you know, that just made me feel so happy.
Yeah?
I felt like dancing as you were playing.
Actually, people used to dance to music like that. So.
But does it make you feel happy to play like that?
Yeah, it does. It makes me feel happy. Well, I love to play, so that helps. But there are pieces that I play that also sound kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
You can really express a lot of emotions through music, and you can feel a lot of emotions while you're listening to music.
Sure.
So one of the sad pieces that I'm working on, it's part of a concerto, which is a piece that I play with an orchestra. Mm-hmm. So I'll stand in the front of the stage, and the orchestra plays with me. Mm-hmm. It's by Mozart. So that's an example of a more sad kind of part. A little later on in that concerto, there's a more playful part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful.
And the orchestra plays it too, and it's really fun to play. Yeah.
You know, I noticed some pictures in your violin case.
Yeah, I carry a lot of pictures with me. This one is of me and my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
And this is a picture of my violin teacher. And the rest are pictures of my friends and musicians that I've worked with.
So they're
it's
always
nice,
with you.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to bring them along with me wherever I go.
I guess so. That sounds like Joe.
Yep.
How you two getting along?
Oh, wonderfully. She plays so beautifully.
Oh, she sure does.
Will you play together something?
Oh, it'd be an honor. I'd love to.
What would you like to do?
How about something from the neighborhood? Tree, tree, tree?
Good idea.
Good idea.
Tree, tree, tree.
Key D? All right.
Yeah, sure.
We love you.
such a gorgeous song.
Oh, you two play
Really nice.
beautifully together.
Oh, it's
That's
fun.
so much fun.
No
A
wonder
lot of fun.
people love you, Hilary Hahn. Thank
Oh,
you
thanks
so
for
much
coming.
for playing with us. and
Thank you for singing.
You bet.
You can find
Have
your
a
way
good
out,
day,
okay?
You bet.
All
Have a
right.
Nice
good
day.
day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you know the neighborhood song?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Now there's somebody who loved making music from the time she was a little girl and loved it so much that she practiced and practiced, and now she's playing concerts for people all over the world. Wasn't that fun to meet Hilary Hahn? I think we should give the fish some food right now. Just remembered that. Hello, fish. Fish, fish, fish. Fish, fish, fish. We love you. Fish, fish, fish. I was just thinking you could use any words you want for that song. Words of something you like pillow, 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 or book, 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 book. Put the book back in the soft carrier. We have so many things that we think about and